Hey there guys, and welcome to another Factorio Mod Spotlight. I'm Xterminator, and thank you for joining me. Today we're going over the Beltlayer mod. This was one that I had kind of seen previously and glanced over, and then someone messaged me on Reddit and asked me to look at it, so here we are taking a look. What this allows you to do is pretty much anything you want with undergrounds. It allows you to turn corners with undergrounds, as you can see here. You can go pretty much any distance you want with undergrounds. Now, it's not free. I'll explain how this works in a minute. But, you know, you can do all kinds of twists and turns with undergrounds rather than just like straight, you know, just from here to here, left to right, right to left, up, down, whatever. You can see clearly that this is actually making a corner. And this guy is, you know, obviously going way farther than a red underground normally could. So this adds a new item. This adds the underground belt connector. And these are unlocked with the research that unlocks underground belts and stuff, and it's one for each level of belt, right? So yellow, red, blue. So what you do is you take these guys. If you want to use, you know, make an underground that would not be a normal underground, you use these belt connectors. So you're going to need to make sure to use these rather than the normal underground if you want to do something aside from just, you know, whatever a normal one can do. So you stick your belt in, and a few little caveats here that may be a little confusing. This is running the wrong way at first. It's just like a visual thing. Once you run a belt into it, it will change. Same with like the other side. So it's it can be a little bit confusing. You can see like that. It'll get itself worked out. You can see here like that. Okay, so if it looks like weird, you just need to connect a belt to it. But what you do is you place one of these down. Right? Place one of those down, and we'll place another one over here. This guy, let's run a belt into here like this, and then this guy we'll put here, and we'll just do like circuits. Okay, so he's going to go in. Now what you do, and it says here, you press Control B, and this is going to bring you in kind of another plane of the world. And this is where you connect it, because what this is doing is actually using on a different surface normal belts in between them. As you can see here and here, these were my examples. So this is what I mean by this not being free. Like, it's not like you can go infinite distance for free. You pretty much can't go infinite distance, but you are actually having to place the belt on this other surface. So you are having to spend those resources to place the belt here. So what you do then is you just draw the lines here between these. Now, what I did find is it doesn't automatically, for some reason, it doesn't automatically send it, as I had to rotate it back and then back again. Maybe it's a bug, maybe I'm just doing it wrong, but if you just do that, it should start sending it. So there's that. We're in the service, obviously. Now if we press Control B again and go back to this our main surface, you can see here that this is now obviously coming through here. And there you go. So that just allows you to, you know, do whatever you want, pretty much. You can make twists, turns, you know, whatever distance you want. It is a little cheaty, I guess, in the fact that, you know, you can go whatever distance or make turns, but this actually could allow for even more spaghetti if you want it to. Now, a few other little caveats is, first off, apparently this mixes resources randomly between the left and right lane, so this is not going to work on a belt that has a different resource for each lane, right? So it needs to be a solid one like this, or if you have a sushi belt where it just doesn't matter what order or lane things are in whatsoever, then it would be fine. But that is important to note, and such like that. And then that's just like a limitation, I believe, of the modding API. Okay, and then this is kind of does like some teleportation with like invisible chests and stuff on the other surface, or something you can read on the mod portal exactly. But the dev did say they went to effort to make it as minimal UPS intensive as possible, minimally UPS intensive as possible. So that's good. And then when you mine them, of course, it puts them back into your inventory. Yeah, you can only use the connectors on the main surface, so you can't like, you know, use them in space or Factorio buildings and stuff if you're trying to play with that. And then the last thing is, when you first start it, you may notice that there's like gaps between your belts. That's just because it's kind of like trying to pick up a big group of items, and you know, because it does the teleportations or you know, transfers or whatever you want to call it in big chunks to make it not so UPS heavy. So if you initially notice gaps in your belts, don't worry about it. It'll even out. As you can see here, it is fine now. And there you go. So Beltlayer, if you have wanted more options to do, different directions and links with underground belts, definitely check this out. I think it's really cool, really creative way to do it. And I believe that's gonna be all. So link to the mod portal down below in the description as always. If you have any questions, leave them down below or check the mod portal. Pretty much anything you'd want to know is answered there as well. And check it out if you're interested. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.